the experts. They need to be visible in every episode, more than just the vignettes, explaining where they should be or how they're learning each other. These are people that have no clue about who the person is, about what to expect in a functioning, successful relationship, or about themselves. So they need to be ever present. Most of these people do not know how to communicate. I'm just over it. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray, wife coach. We are reviewing Ready to Love, nope, wrong show, Married at First Sight, season number 14. I always forget. Season 14, episode number 12. Settling in or just settling, or which one is it? Right now I feel like everyone is discovering that this might not be the thing for them. Yeah, so we're gonna start with the first couple we saw, which was Katina and Olajuwon. And we are coming back off of a bye week of the mess that had occurred with her having the app on her phone and him saying this is not how a wife should act and being just so upset, like I got rid of everything. Like, we're coming off of that. We're still in that same place, and we see Katina go and visit Jasmine and Michael, I guess, to talk it out, to hash it out. Listen, these ain't the people that you should be talking to. They got their own issues that they are working through, and right now they are being cordial. So let's not add your mess. And come to find out, I guess not Katina, but Jasmina and Olajuwon, they be chatting it up. They friends. They're cool like that. So, I suppose at least that's what I gathered, what I thought I heard. Maybe I heard incorrectly, and if I did, let me know down below in the comments. And she just says what we know not to be true. The way he talks to her is not okay. The words that he's saying wouldn't be so bad if the tone behind it, because if you want to see a tone, that's a tone, okay? Jasmina, Olajuwon has a tone. So if you remove the tone and he speaks with love and kindness, then the effect of what he was saying may have hit differently. And she's like, I am a real person. I have feelings. Does he think that you're not? Like, I don't know. Why? I don't know. What got me, though, what he says is, in his vignette, is I want her to think about what she's done. I want her to think about her actions and and I'm her husband. Sir, so this is like a punishment? Like that? That's what we tell our children, when we don't want to give whoopings or make them do the chair, sit on the wall, or stand up with books over their head. Listen, okay? Listen, y'all act like y'all don't know. But you tell them, I want you to go in your room and I want you to think about what you've done. And when you finish what you've done, you need to come and apologize to me and tell me how you're going to move differently. That's what that feels like to me. Sir, you're not reprimanding me. You are not my father. Listen, we just met 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, whatever number weeks ago. And even still, my husband should not be talking about, I need her to think about what she's done. Yes, maybe she should. But the way he said it, I'm just like, maybe, I don't like him. And maybe that's affecting me, right? I try not to be biased, but I told y'all I was going to wait. And I waited and I waited and I waited. So now that he's shown up, I really don't have any kind words for him, because he has to figure out how to speak to people. And it's just not Katina, it's everybody. And if you pay attention, when he talks later on to his coach, he tells his coach, they would be like, he's an asshole, but then realize he's a goofball. That's because you come off too strong. You can have an opinion and you can be passionate, but you do not have to pretty much belittle and degrade people to get your point across. Like, that's not okay, sir. So, she apologizes and they have a conversation, and I kind of feel like she kind of, per usual, just kind of bowed down, like, we took some time or whatever. And I think he understands where I'm coming from. I think, ma'am, you ought to be sure that he knows where you're coming from, because we're going to keep repeating the cycle. I was kind of happy to hear her say something to the effect of something has to change. Like, I can't keep, we talk about his tone and he's not changing his tone, and something needs to change. So when they talk to the friends, he talks to, like I said, his ex-coach, Coach Mac, I think it was Coach Mac. And the best advice somebody could give him was, watch what comes out of your mouth. Think about the things you're going to say. Don't be so damn impulsive, Olajuwon. Why are you so impulsive? Why do you feel it necessary to lash out? Calm down. And my new thing, because I watched this woman, I can't think of her name, and her son, he's about 14 or maybe 12, and he's autistic, and so she teaches him everything, and she's there from New Orleans, and you know, she talks fast, and she's got that New Orleans accent, and sometimes he tells his mom, take it easy, mom, take it easy, like, relax, calm down, have patience, like, relax, okay? Like, my little sign language, y'all. I be doing a whole lot of stuff. I be watching a lot of people, and I be learning some things. But he needs to take it easy. He needs to relax, okay? I now tell Kingston, take it easy. Take it easy. It's okay. Take it easy. It's really important, because I think that comes off a little different than calm down. Anyway. But Katina meets with her friend Alana. And just like friends do, honey, let me see what he looks like. Let me see what he looks like with his shirt off. Like, we be wanting to know. Fellas, if you think we don't be asking him questions, especially if you my good Judy, my good girlfriend, let me tell you something. If you my bitch, like, I'd be like, girl, what he look like? We be saying we talk about a whole lot of things, okay? Understand that we do. Don't take it personal. We just ask. And what our friends know, that if we start making excuses for you, that you may not be measuring up to my normal standard. I just saying. Nonetheless, one thing that I took out of this was that Katina says, I'm going to need to be intimate in order for me to say yes before decision day. Like, he gonna have to give me some. He gonna have to give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that good shit stuff. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. That's right. Oh, okay. That's probably not even how Rick James' song go, but you knew what, I bet you knew what song I was singing though. And then her friend said, you know what? Have fun. Enjoy the time that you have with him. And I'm going to have to agree with her. Everything is too serious and uptight right now. So I think the best thing for them to do is to have some fun. Relax a little bit. Have fun, laugh, do fun things that you like to do. He is very intense. Even in the honeymoon, I don't know. He didn't know how to relax, right? So that could be an issue, but we're going to move right past them and their same issue and go to Noi and Steve, who've been having the same issue since day one, okay? Noi gives me very passive-aggressive energy. And when I think about specifically when she opened that door and he was laying in the bed with sushi and was like, look at them laying down. It must be nice. They're lazy while I'm up here working. Very passive-aggressive, which is not okay, right? Like, say what you mean. You had ample opportunity this episode, too, to say what you mean. We're going to skip over the whole 3 kids and, example of, the pet parent being the same as a parent. We're going to skip over all of that because it's all nonsense to me. Pets are a big responsibility, but it is not a way to determine if they're going to be good with children. It's just not, okay? Some people don't feel the same way about pet love. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the thing. Anyway, we get home, like I live with them, and we get home and they start talking about chores, what needs to be done, closet and the bathrooms. He says, well, which one do you want to do? Like, this is on the heels of him talking to Mark. It may have been different days, may have been the same day, who knows, whatever. But he feels like he's doing everything. And the reason he feels like he's doing everything, because he is doing everything. And he feels like that because she feels like she's working every day, so she doesn't have the time to do the things that he may have some additional time for. Now, I can understand her saying that I'm like clocked in and focused for 8 hours a day, and you have a little bit more time than I do. So maybe you can walk sushi a little more. You know, maybe you can cook for me a little more, and I'm grateful for that. I don't think he feels appreciated. I think he feels like he thinks that it's an expectation. I think he did say appreciation versus expectation. But her working an 8-hour job does not negate her having responsibilities around the house. Like, granted, he and her need to have a conversation about what it looks like. Oh, this is a whole lot. Like, I'm all over the place a little bit, but stay with me. He tells Mark about him having a savings, that he saved up a good amount of money. You know what I'm saying? A good chunk of money. And I'm giving up 3 to 4 more times amount of money than she is. I'm contributing 3 to 4 amount more than she is. And on top of that, I'm taking care of the house. So who's not carrying their weight? Like, I don't know. I think that she needs reassurance, but even with the reassurance that he is able to sustain them, she wants him to go to work. So he's going to have to pretend to get up every day. Even if it's not a pretend, even if it's him being an entrepreneur, he's going to have to get up and go to like a co-working space every day. He's going to have to go to the fucking coffee shop. He's going to have to do things that make it appear like he's busy. Because if he sleeps in till 10 and doesn't do anything all day, or just does the things, you know, the few things that he does around the house, she is surely going to feel away. So I hate to say that he's going to have to, when he wants to be creative and all that, he's going to get up and go out the house. Put clothes on, however they look, take a laptop, tell her I'll be back in 5 hours. I've got some, you know, some research to do, some whatever. I don't know how this is going to work because she is stuck on him having a job. And as you can see, it is a family thing. Let me back up. She did say you can kiss my ass. Like, if you can't do both the bathrooms, you can kiss my ass. Like, I was like, she's a piece of work. So evidently that is their thought process. Sriracha, her sister Sriracha, honey, is not here for any. He said, I love you, in a month time. Did you share with him that you was all Google-eyed 3 days in? You didn't say that though. You didn't share that with your sister, did you? No, Sriracha didn't know that. She knows now when she's watching. She knows now that, all the things that you're saying, something might not be adding up. But I think it's a thing about them. You need a job. And the way she's painting the picture is as if he has no money. Like, that, I think that's where I have a problem. You can share your frustrations that he don't have a job. And really, you could be like, I'm scared. I don't want to be taking care of us. And I don't know what else to think. And I don't think outside the box. We don't know nothing but go to work. Right? And if she did that, we might all be like, oh, okay, we understand a little more. But really, do we? On the live that I do on Sundays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard on Jack and Glen's channel with August Love Story and Chloe Johnson, we talked about this. We actually talked about it last week about if this was a black person. I ain't going to say a person of color because they are considered people of color. But if it was a black man, we'd be all over his head. It would look a little different because he ain't got no job. And it's true. But I do believe he is sustaining himself for now. One of the things that they talked about was a decision day. If they stay together and they say yes, that she doesn't want to move in with him. She doesn't want to commingle their lives. What she's saying is, I don't want to be financially responsible. Because it's about money. All I need is money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's really, I need a job, right? That's her main focus. I don't want to get in here. We could live separate for 2 months and then maybe come together because I'm not really ready. I'm not comfortable to live with you. Instead of her being honest about, I don't want to take care of you and have to spend all the money. You need to be on your own, right? Instead of her being honest, because that's really what it is. If you ain't got no job and I'm not trying to pay the rent for us over the top. To hell with her being comfortable. She's not comfortable with him not having a job. That's the real situation, okay? And pretty much that pretty much is what it is. So we still have the same issues. Her lack of communication or being unable to communicate what her real issue is. And the fact of the matter is, we aren't going to move past this or grow if you don't share honestly that the reason I'm uncomfortable about moving in with you is finances. I'm not sure about you with a job. I don't want to commingle and then we, and then I don't like you because you're not showing me what you're supposed to show me. At least if we in two different spaces and don't work out in 2 months, ain't nobody got to go nowhere. Like, I don't like her attitude. She's a little bit of a snob, if I say so myself. He talked to his friend and asked about the subliminal messages, and the girl said they wasn't about him. But I'm with him. I think that they are. But you got to take if you asked her and she said, no, it wasn't, you got to take it at face value. I don't even know what else the friend told him. Oh, the friend said, give her some space. She said she needs some space. Give her the space that she needs. Listen, if this concerns you that much, Steve, I hope you say no at the end of when decision day comes. Because this is not an issue that you guys are going to rectify in the next couple weeks. Her with you in a job and her wanting you to have an actual job if you want to be with me. I don't know. And then her doing the bare minimum and not assisting you around the house. So that's a thing. So now that we've talked about the same issues that they've been having, let's talk about Lindsey and Mark. And so Mark decides, you know what, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something so that it's like a team board where we divvy up like who does what around the house, and like the days that we want to like pick a show and we sit together, and all these things, right? Who did that and it was successful for them, or was it not successful? I know Jose had his whole finances on a board, but who was it that did their chores like that? I feel like it was somebody. I should have got this cut a little more. I feel like it was somebody who had the board and it actually worked out for them. So that they could work out as a couple, and Lindsey's excited about it, and she talks about, planning meals and unplugged time for them to sit and have a conversation. That means no TV, no phone, whatever, which is really a good idea. But if the things that you guys are talking about are the same and you're hashing shit out and people are going to be upset, you guys aren't going to communicate effectively and really hear one another, then that's kind of like a waste of time, at least in my eyes. Question, if you got a partner, a boo, a bae, you nested, you married, do you guys have a show that you actually sit and watch together? Like, don't watch this without me. What show is that? And do you feel closer because you have that time together? Let me know down below in the comments, because I'm curious. One of their issues is finances, because he ain't got no job. Okay, he ain't working. So he says the budget is $150. Now, is this a week? Is this every 2 weeks? Like, what is the budget for? Like, how long is the budget for? And she, overshoots the budget by 40%. So if 50% is 75, I don't know what's 40%. I ain't got no calculator. 15 is 70. 60? 60 is 60. About $60. She overshot it by $60, which means they spent about $210. Baby, let me tell you. If the budget is the budget, then that's what the budget is. But, she gets excited. I think that she was excited about the time being spent together and all the organic fruits and vegetables and all that good stuff, and so she needs, so she gets excited. But not too long after, she is pissed off per usual, in true Lindsey form. She's upset that he put her $250 clothes in the dryer. Listen. We get upset. I understand, honey, that wasn't supposed to go in the dryer. But guess what? He was trying to help or something. He didn't know. And so your reaction wasn't the best. And I'm hoping that you're looking at this show and seeing that maybe you're not all zen, namaste, like you think you are, and that you probably need to go meditate a little more often. Not only that, you need to go ahead and talk to a professional about whatever you're feeling, about your past, you know, the things that you are sensitive about when it comes to your family and things that didn't go right and not having your mother. Like, all of those things need to be resolved because you are lashing out at this man. And I'm not saying that he's the greatest, but I am saying I see him trying to have conversations with you. She just talks about how much he is like falling short, like, and it's just really like a tornado, circling, picking up everything and dropping it in a different place. So this week we're talking about it, but next week it's going to end up there because it's a tornado, and we're going to drop the bomb because we're going to keep bringing it up because we have not hashed it out. Like, I ain't gonna call it hash because that's kind of messy, but we haven't worked it out. We haven't talked things through. And really, what I know to be true is that Lindsey wants him to just sit and listen to what she says. Listen to what I say what I want you to say, apologize because you are not accountable for your actions and the things that you do. You know what I mean? Like, that's all she wants. She wants to bark at him and he say, I apologize. You're absolutely right. That's not how this is going to work. He's right about it being a two-way street. You have to be accountable too, Miss Lindsey. You also need to be more self-aware of your own actions. Somehow you think that you're talking in a very soft tone and that it's being received very well by him. But in actuality, you're talking as loud as I normally talk, but with a more passionate, I don't even want to call you aggressive, but angry tone. Like that's who you are. You don't know how to calm down and sit back and talk. You don't know how to have a conversation without being angry. You got to figure out how to do that. Mark is sitting with his friend Erica and talks about how her perception is off. I can see that. What he says is not what she hears. She hears something else. So, again, now after he's talked with his friend and she tells him you guys have horrible communication skills, which is something I think that he knew already but was reminded of by his friend, he goes and he sits and he talks to her. He tries, anyway. He tries to have a conversation with her and explain where they are and where they need to be. But she doesn't hear that. She overtalks him per usual, tries to tell him, but you're not accountable. Justin, he's telling her it's both of us. It's not just me, it's you too, and you need to be aware. And she is just not here for it. Like, she is like, I don't care what you're saying. It's not, I don't like that. I don't like hearing the truth. She goes to touch him, and he's like, don't touch me. She's like, I went to touch his hand, and he recoiled. No, you grabbed at his arm. It was very uncomfortable. It's nice to see Mark fight back. It's nice to see him open up his mouth. And even if he is this like horrible person that she says he did, we're never going to see it. We're not going to see it because she's more so than him. Then they had this little cat photo shoot. She storms out. It's just a whole mess, but it's same Lindsey bullshit. I think that I've said it before, I think she needs to be affirmed. I think she needs physical touch. I now realize she also just wants a lap cat that's just going to do what she says. And even the cats don't do what they say. So she would probably need a lap dog because dogs are more obedient than cats. Cats are autonomous and do what the fuck they want. And that's not what she needs. She wants someone that's just going to bow down, bitches. Bow down. Let's talk about Jasmina and Michael. So we know that Jasmina doesn't know how to drive. And I like that he is supportive. You know, he's all like if we stay together, then this ain't gonna work. I can't be driving her around all the time. She getting on the metro and shit. I got to do all the errands and the grocery shopping and all of this because she's on the metro, on the train. So I'm gonna show her, and I think that was kind. I think that was a grand gesture for me because acts of service is one of my my second love language. So that is an act, like you're trying to help me. Not only did you create these index cards and ask these questions, but you actually got behind the wheel with me driving and showed me how to drive. Now, she did pretty good, which means she's probably tried to drive before and just got kind of scared. And she says a lot of it has to do with the accidents that she has been in previously. But hopefully she learns how to drive. But that's not really really what we want to talk about. We really want to just talk about when they see their friends. Oh yeah, they have. Oh wait, shit. Is that this the last people? Oh, I'm moving through it, y'all. Let's get through this, okay? So, when Mike meets up with his sister Claire and Jasmina video chats with her mom, they have conversations about how the relationship is going. And they both say that they have progressed and they're in a better space than they were before. They're communicating better. And they both agree that there is no physical intimacy. She's like, I don't have feelings for him yet. I don't feel anything when he touches me yet. But I'm not closed off to it. That I'm still open to him and those kind of feelings, right? Which is, a nice thing to say. And she's saying it to her stepmother. And so, because her stepmom is like, give me the pros and cons. You know what I mean? And so, for me... what they say is that they're building a friendship, that they have a bit friendship, like they play Scrabble in the middle of the night in the bed. Like they both say that they are in a better place than they were previously, but not now, right? Not now. They are now. But what I do like is that his sister told him start small, very, very small, super small gestures. Maybe like grab her hand. Okay, don't try to kiss her on not even on the cheek yet. Just grab her hand, touch her shoulder, rub her arm. Don't go in for no kisses yet, okay? Ask for a hug. Maybe that might be too close too. So little hold my hand. Move up from hold my hand to rub the shoulder, especially for this person who moves kind of slow. It's not really feeling you. But I did like that he has a clear line in the sand about moving forward. If we don't continue to move forward, if something happens and we start moving backwards, I'm going to say no on decision day. So that kind of is the sum of the entire episode. If I missed something, guess what I want you to do? Let me know down below in the comments. I also want you to join us tomorrow on the live over at Jack and Glen's channel, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'm going to probably give a little more sauce, a little more insight, because we kind of feed off of one another, and sometimes we don't write everything down and we come back and we talk about it there. So it's important that you come and see our dialogue and hear us, okay? I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Married at First Sight, Season 14, episode whatever number this is. If it's your first time visiting my channel, definitely click the subscribe button and become a ray of sunshine. Right next to that is the notification bell. Click it so you're alerted of when I upload videos. Share it with your friends so that they have some shit to talk. We can talk. They can talk with us. They can join us in the lives. Like, hello, anybody, hello, somewhere. And like this video. Why? Because you like me. You like these little green streaks in my hair. You like that I don't never look the same. You like that I be wearing the same outfits over and over because it's easy. Most of my clothes, they be the same. You like that I have on very light eyelashes with this hair. I feel like too heavy would make me look too downtrodden. I don't care what it is, what the reason that you like this video is. It is because you're here. I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you. Even if you don't know what that is for yourself, hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next review.